Hey Vivian, E-Bike Pros here. Is M20 2.0 to your left?
Oh yeah,
This one? Nice. And then how about the M20 original?
Oh, this one.
All right, cool. Well, let's look at what the differences are. All right, so let's take a quick look here. So the M20 original here, same lights as the M20 2.0. Obviously, if you could look at the tires, both are Chow Yang moped style tires. Obviously, that one has a hypo skin on the outside and a different color, and these are definitely just black. So if we look at the actual tires themselves and the actual wheels, the wheels are a little bit different from the new style. This is the 2.0 as mentioned. You kind of see the difference in the design. So really preference here at this point. Now what does change is on the original M2, or the first release, it has mechanical disc brakes, and the actual disc rotor size is 160 millimeter, where in the new M20 2.0, the front disc brake is 180 millimeters, and the brakes are hydraulic. There's no branding on the actual hydraulic caliper, but as soon as we move to the top of the bike, maybe there may be. As you can see, they're pretty much both the same size. Both have dual batteries. We'll get into the batteries in a second. What I do want to mention is that the forks on the M20, the regular one, they are adjustable on the right side there. On the M20 2.0, there is no adjustment. Looking at the fenders, the M20 versus the M20 2.0, they did add plastic versus your original metal. Metal does look sharp, but obviously plastic makes less noise. The stem also changes. You can kind of see this design here, where the M20 2.0 has one that's a little bit more elevated and sticks out, but not much of a difference. Both still have the Shimano gears, up to 7-speed there. And 7-speed here. Displays, they are different. This one is a colored display, where the previous one is a black and white. In our experience, we really haven't seen that much of a difference, since everybody usually mounts their cell phones here and uses their cell phone. You still have your horn, headlights, same as the M20 original. On the 2.0, obviously the power buttons here and the plus and minus are here as well, so they are underneath the actual LCD display, where in the previous version, the power buttons here on the top and the plus and minus are at the bottom. Looking at the batteries, you can see obviously the size difference. These are 48 volt, 13 plus amps, max 20 amps output. These are 52 volts with a max of 25 amps output. Looking at the frame, you get an adjustable suspension shock here, where in the previous version it was a fixed 100-pound shock there as well. So there's a little bit of a difference. I guess you give up the front suspension, right, as we mentioned, and you gain the rear suspension here, which can, in terms of adjustment, you don't really give up anything other than you could adjust this air suspension here. Pedals are the same. What does change a little bit is in the frame. You have 1, 2, 3 crossbars here, more spaces to mount either a water bottle or bags. The actual wiring stays the same, where you have 2 spots where you could do cable ties or any kind of upgrades in the future. Where the M20 original has only 1 crossbar here and nothing towards the bottom. Both have Shimano tourneys. They both look exactly the same. The actual motors in the back, this is listed as a 1,000 watt peak, and the M20 2.0 is 1,200 watts peak. As we all know, different controllers could increase the speeds of motors as well, along with battery voltage. Lights in the back look exactly the same. What I did want to point out is the actual handle here on the frame. This one is actually curved on the M20, and the M20 2.0s kind of have a little bit of a different shape here. Looking at the battery here, you can kind of see what we were talking about. 52 volts, 25 amps max discharge current. And as I mentioned, the M20, the original one, has a 20 amps discharge max. So that's pretty much it. Just want to show everybody the differences. If there's anything I forgot, feel free to drop it off in the comments. Let me give you guys a quick overview of the bikes. And now with the lights on. That's our video. Thanks for sharing. So I'm going to get a quick demo on what the freewheel spin is. So it cuts off at 20. Now, with that said, you could always get the bike up to about 30 miles per hour is what I've gotten up to if you pedal. But word of advice, you can't use the throttle and the pedals at the same time as you can with other e-bikes to get to that top tier speed. What you need to do is get up to 20 miles per hour on the throttle, let go of the throttle, and then start pedaling. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's pretty cool once you do get used to it. So for me, originally, yeah, I kind of wasn't a big fan of that, but now that I'm used to it, it's no problem. That's our video. Thanks for sharing.